afternoon. I'm Panjani Nzima from AgriCorp newspaper.
My name is Omar Hassan. I am the director and the owner of the farm. So you are welcome. You are at Omar Farms in Makeni. We are specialized in breeding of ostriches and also the breeding and milk production of camels. So we do trained camels, people that want to do camel rides for tourism, people that want to buy camels. We have camels for sale. We also do have a camel dairy, so we produce camel milk, and we also produce camel meat. So a lot of people here, like Somalians and Arabs, they love the camel meat, but I know it's a new product to the Zambian market, so we invite people to come and have a taste of camel meat and camel milk.
Okay, let's zero in on the camels that you're keeping at this farm. Where did the camels come from, and how easy is it to keep these animals, because it's a rare species right here in Zambia?
Okay, the camels are originally coming from Kenya. There's a farmer in Malawi that started the business before us, keeping camels in Malawi, and we managed to purchase the camels from Lilongwe, Malawi, and bring them into Zambia, since we found them doing so well at a neighboring country. And then we thought, why not? We can also try this out. So we imported in, we started with 30 mothers, pregnant females. So now we have a big herd. We have already 10 that have delivered. One of them unfortunately lost the baby during the birth, but the 9 are doing very well. So we are now milking 9 camels, getting a total of about 50 liters per day. So we milk the camels 3 times, early in the morning, lunchtime, and at 18 hours at sunset.
Okay, that sounds very good. Just run us through the process of milking these camels, because when you look at a camel, it's a very huge animal, and someone might think to say, how easy is it? Just run us through the process of milking these animals.
First of all, we had to learn the hard way. We couldn't find a lot of information. The farm where we got the camels, they just do breeding. They don't do any milk production. So we had nowhere to learn from. Initially, when the camels came in, when the first ones delivered, we had a few Somalians who know how to milk camels, used to come and help us milk the camels by hand. But camel milking by hand, as it is done in most of the countries like Kenya and Somalia and Ethiopia and many places where there's large numbers of camels, including Chad, people use hands to milk the camels. And we felt that that wasn't a very hygienic way, especially that we wanted to introduce our milk to the market, to the supermarkets. So we had to look at how the dairies of the cattle, cows, how they do their milking, and try to see what adjustments we could do to the machines, and to see how the camels will tolerate and how they will get used to being milked by machine. But step by step, and starting last year in May when we had our first baby, now at least we have managed to get the camels well trained. And we are doing it very hygienically in a very professional manner, milking the camels by machine, washing the udder properly before the milking, washing the camel itself to make sure there's not any dust in the air, and pasteurizing the milk, making it packaging properly. And now we have readily available fresh camel milk in Zambia. For the first time, people can have fresh milk in Zambia. Camel milk, yes.
Wow, that sounds good. I know most people are used to cow milk or milk from the cows, but switching on to camel milk might seem something like far-fetched. So why should people switch on to camel milk?
First of all, my personal experience, I believe camel milk tastes very nice, very much better than any other animal milk. And I mean, I've been drinking cow milk all my life, but when I tasted camel milk, I couldn't believe it was so sweet and very rich, very creamy. You actually feel as if you are drinking powdered milk, which was highly concentrated. Yes. But the first thing I want people to try it out, because a lot of people are scared to taste the milk. They think a camel is like in the family of a horse or a donkey, but a camel is actually a ruminant. It's more in the family of cows, goats, and sheep. So it's ruminant, and as we know, ruminants are animals that we are supposed to be able to eat and drink their milk. And you'll find that even in the Bible, most of the advice, even to say, don't eat the pig, for example. And in that verse, it will say, although it chews the cud, but it does not have split hooves. But the camel has split hooves. It doesn't really have, it has got very small hooves at the top. It's more of a different type of foot. At the bottom, it's soft, but it has 2 hooves, and it chews the cud. Okay. So from that perspective, I see the camel as a livestock and not as in the family of horse and donkey. So that's the first thing I would tell people, not to be scared to test the camel milk. That is despite its many, many, many health benefits.
Okay. So apart from just drinking the camel milk, how else can it be used? How can the people who buy the milk use it for?
So the milk can be used just like the ordinary milk in tea. It can be drunk pure. But a lot of people who are buying the milk from us are using it for medicinal purposes because camel milk is very high in lactoferrins. It's very high in antioxidants, very high in vitamin C. And actually, this is very strange because vitamin C usually comes from fruits and vegetables. But because this animal was a present from God to the people in the desert where they cannot really get enough fruits and enough vitamin C, the milk of camels is very rich and very high in vitamin C and many other vitamins. So, I can go on and on, mentioning the type of vitamins and the health benefits, but I would like people to do their own research so that they don't think that I'm doing it for marketing purposes of my milk. Camel milk is very nutritious and very good for your health, especially for people with diabetes, children with autism, and just general illnesses because it boosts your immunity very, very high. And it has a lot of protein. It has got the good type of fats, saturated fats, and it is very low in cholesterol. So it actually helps you get rid of your excess cholesterol.
Okay, that sounds very good. And trying to take you slightly back, is the production of the cow milk done right here at your farm? Is everything? Yes, the camel milk, is everything done here?
So we keep the camels at night in this shelter. They sleep here. Now they have just come back from the afternoon milking, so they are just taking a break, having some fresh, clean water, having some feed. And then the whole day the camels go out into the bush to graze. So we take them in areas where there's a lot of acacia trees. They love acacia. Luckily now we have rains, we have a lot of green grass. So we take the camels to graze after the first milking at 06. And then, of course, when the camels come back to sleep in the evening, first we milk them, and then we separate the calves from the mothers. So when the first 3 months, we allow the calf to suck while we are milking. So as you can see also in the background in the video, the mother is being milked and the calf is on one of the teats having his share of the milk. Actually, the camel at once can produce 3 liters and the calf cannot consume more than a liter. It will actually give it a lot of stomach problems. So it's actually advisable not to give too much milk to the calf when they're very young. So we allow the calf to suck while we are milking. So the calf takes his 3 times of sucking in a day, which is very enough. We can see our young camels growing very fat and very healthy. And this is evident to show that what we are getting is excess milk. We are not depriving the small calves from what they are supposed to get. So that is the excess milk would have just been remaining there in the udder. But at least we are getting it so that we can benefit ourselves and our families and sustain ourselves and being able to operate our farm.
So going forward, do we see other products that you intend to get from the camel milk? Do we see any other products?
Yes, so we have already started experimenting to make powdered milk because it will have a longer shelf life. Some people prefer having powdered milk, so we have imported some machinery that is about to come, but we even tried doing a little bit of powdered milk in a homemade way just by dehydrating the milk, and it tastes very lovely and very, very easy to make. So we are doing powdered milk, and very soon we want to go into cheese production, yogurt production, and actually also soap, because camel milk is very good for diseases like eczema and a lot of skin conditions. It helps with that. So when we make lotions and soaps out of camel milk, it will be very good for the skin and very beneficial for the skin. So we are also going into that. But at the moment, the demand for the fresh milk is so high that we don't remain with any excess milk. So as the production increases, and while we're able to satisfy the market's demand for fresh milk, and that's how we will be slowly looking for methods on how to process the remaining milk into other products. But of course, camel milk is most beneficial in its fresh, pure fresh. It's the best to drink the milk fresh, straight from the camel, as warm as it is, especially if the camels are healthy and the place is hygienic. We recommend raw milk. Raw milk is very medicinal because once you heat up the milk, you lose a lot of the benefits of that milk. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Mr. Omar, of course, giving us an insight of camel milk. And the camels, you can see them right there in the background. These are the animals that the milk is coming from. And I'm sure you heard it for yourselves, the benefits of camel milk. So I would definitely urge you to come through and have the feel of the camel milk. I had a taste myself. It tastes wow. It is good. And your final words, Mr. Omar?
So our final words is that we are open. We are open to everyone. We are very transparent. Our farm is always open. Anyone is welcome at any time during working hours. Anyone can come and witness the milking. witness the hygiene, how we are washing everything with boiling water. We don't want to use any chemicals or any disinfectants, so we use boiling water to sterilize our machinery, to sterilize our equipment, to sterilize our bottles, and we do everything in the best way. Our camels are healthy. People can come and interact with the camels, learn about the camels, and have a free camel milk test. For all our visitors, they can come and test the milk for free, fresh milk, and learn more about the camels. Camels are new to Zambia, but we don't want them to remain new. Now with climate change, and we're having our global warming, and our rain patterns are irregular. We have to look into camels, because right now in China they are really concentrating on camel farming, because a camel can survive in very difficult conditions. So just in case, God forbid, we have a few years of droughts, for example, we should be prepared. We should have alternative livestock that can survive in harsh conditions, that can eat dry grass, that can eat thorny bushes, thorny trees. As you can see, the camels eating from the acacia trees. They're able to eat just like giraffes. Their tongue will go around the thorns without getting pricked. And these animals are hardy, very hard animals, very disease resistant, and they can go for long days without water, without food, and still give you a good amount of milk. So we advise people also to get into camel farming. We don't want to be a monopoly. We don't want to be the only ones doing camels. We have imported camels. They are breeding. We will eventually have to get rid of some of these young ones that are growing. So we want people to make orders to get camels for their farms. We have already supplied a few people, but we are asking people to get involved in camels, try their products, try their meat, try their milk, and it's good to try new things all the time.
Mr. Omar, it's been a pleasure that we always treasure having us at your farm, and we've really enjoyed the interaction, much more to do with the milk that we've sampled. There's a very good taste. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you. I hope everyone is welcome anytime. Please feel free to visit us. We'll be very happy to have you again. And as we progress with our farm and have more facilities, we would like to visit us again and showcase our products continuously. Thank you very much.
This has been Agricorp newspaper right here at Omar Farms in Makeni, and we've been speaking to the CEO of the farm, Mr. Omar Hassan. He was giving us an insight of camel milk. I know this is a new product on the Zambian market. Come through and have a sample of this milk. He's urged us to say this milk has got various health benefits. Panjani Nzima is my name, coming from Agricorp newspaper. Until we meet again, it's ciao, bye-bye.